Today, we're going to talk about something that started as a dumb online prank but then spiraled fast. It's a story about a social media trend that actually ended up triggering a real-world police warning. And the whole thing is powered by that technology we hear about nonstop these days, artificial intelligence.
So let me just set the scene for you. Imagine you're at home, just going about your day, and your phone buzzes. You glance down, it's a text from a number you don't recognize, and inside is a photo.
You open it, and your stomach just drops. It's this super clear, high-quality picture of a man you've never seen before, and he's standing right on your porch, looking at your front door. Instantly, your mind is racing, right? Who is that? Is he still out there? What does he want? It feels completely, terrifyingly real.
But then comes the twist. That man, he was never at your house. In fact, he doesn't even exist. He's a ghost in the machine, a total fabrication cooked up by an AI. This, my friends, is what's being called the AI doorbell prank. It's become this viral trend where people are using AI image generators to create these hyper-realistic and, let's be honest, seriously creepy images of people on their friends' doorsteps just to get a reaction.
So how does this even work? Well, the tech behind it is called synthetic media. It's basically a catch-all term for any content, pictures, videos, audio, that looks and sounds totally real, but is 100% fake, made by an AI. You've probably heard the term deepfakes thrown around. Well, this prank fits right in that bucket.
But this is where the story takes a turn. Because what happens when an online joke stops being funny and starts becoming a real public safety concern? This is when law enforcement had to get involved.
And they did not mince words. The Yonkers Police Department in New York actually put out a formal public warning about this trend. Their official statement, they called it, and I'm quoting here, "stupid and potentially dangerous." You can't get much more blunt than that. So why such a strong reaction from the cops? I mean, it's not just about a simple jump scare. They're worried because these fakes can send homeowners into a real state of panic. They can be weaponized to specifically target and harass people. And think about this. They could even be used to help commit actual crimes, like distracting someone while a real break-in happens. It just chips away at our sense of safety in our own communities.
Okay, I can hear what some of you might be thinking. It's a dumb prank, for sure, but it's just a prank. Why is this such a big deal? And that is the absolute right question to ask, because the answer takes us way beyond this one little trend.
The reason this prank matters so much is because it's a perfect, real-world example of that incredibly blurry line between using AI for harmless fun and using it for something malicious.
I mean, look at this. It's two sides of the exact same coin. The very same AI that can generate incredible art or help create amazing special effects for movies is the same AI that can be used for harassment and deception. What's a tool for creative expression in one person's hands can become a weapon for undermining trust in another's. Same tech, totally different, and much darker intent.
And that really gets to the heart of the problem here. As these AI fakes get more and more convincing, to the point where they're basically perfect, our own ability to tell what's real from what's fake just gets harder and harder. That foundation of trust we have in what we see, it starts to crumble. This whole situation is forcing a massive reality check on all of us. Not just for you and me, but for the people who are actually building these AI tools and for the folks who write our laws. Everyone has a role to play here.
Let's just break it down. For homeowners like us, the big risk is panic, right? So our responsibility is to just be more aware, to have that little bit of skepticism, and not automatically assume every image we see is genuine. For the AI developers, the risk is seeing their tools misused. So their job is to build in safeguards, things like watermarks or forensic tools to spot fakes. And then you've got the policymakers. They're looking at public safety threats, so they need to start thinking about laws around disclosure and who's liable when these fakes cause real harm.
And make no mistake, this isn't just some isolated thing. The latest AI Index report pretty much confirms it. As AI seeps into every corner of our lives, the misuse of that AI is going up. This doorbell prank is just a symptom of a much, much bigger trend.
So, the big question is, where do we go from here? What does the future look like when we're surrounded by this synthetic media, and how do we hang on to our sense of what's actually real? So here are a few things to think about. First, are the big platforms, the social media companies, going to step up? Will they start making it mandatory to watermark or clearly label anything that's generated by AI?
And what about the technology itself? Are we about to see a whole new wave of forensic tools designed to easily and quickly spot the fakes? A sort of technological arms race between the creators and the detectors?
And finally, there's the legal system. Is it going to catch up? Are we going to see new laws that specifically go after people who use AI maliciously for things like harassment or causing public panic?
You know, all these smaller questions really build up to one giant philosophical one that we're all going to have to wrestle with. If we get to a point where the fakes are absolutely perfect, where seeing is no longer believing, how do we, as a society, agree on a shared reality? That's the challenge this technology leaves on our doorstep.